Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, March 22nd, 2021. So this will have covered the week of March 15th through the 21st of 2021. So this was definitely a somewhat progressive week. I made some progress on games, not as much as I necessarily wanted in some places. But I made some pretty good progress overall. The only thing is I didn't get to start on The Division this week, and I did not get the chance to start on Far Cry 2 either. So that was both a little bit unfortunate, hopefully, this week, but I mean, Destiny's kind of been taking priority for that, and then I'm also finishing off Lego The Hobbit and a couple other easy platinums. So, as for progress this week, let's get started with Destiny 1. I'm not sure if I got any of the base game trophies this past week. I can check though. I don't think I did. No, it doesn't look like I did. So of everything that's left, I think over halfway through the Warlock subclass leveling, so I will probably just do this one normally, just because, you know, that would be a lot of money to buy 2 of these upgrade pack things. But I'm probably going to purchase the DLC that fully levels your Hunter as well as one of the subclasses. Just because I'm not really sure I want to sit through all this crap a third time. Because, I mean, it was okay. It was fine the first time because you're playing normally. The second time is okay because I'm coming back to the game for the first time in a long time. But this one, doing it a third time, I don't think so. I don't think it's quite worth the amount of time sink that I would have to do. So, anyway, along with that, we have 50 dead ghosts. I think I've done 18 according to the tracker in one of the books that you get, so I'm at like 18 of those. That's very easy. I can wrap that up in a day just by watching a guide. And then, of course, there's Flawless Raider, and I need to ask you guys out there, if you or anyone you know is willing to carry me through this, I would greatly appreciate it. I can mostly, like, handle myself in the raid, in that raid. It's really not that bad. I just need a group to be able to do it with, because, I mean, I know that Crota, it's fairly short. There's not a whole lot of steps to it, and really I think if you get past that, the bridge section, you're basically good to go if everyone knows what they're doing. So I'm not too worried about that. I just need to have a group. I haven't had any success on PSN Profile, so if anyone out there can suggest me a good group or a way to find one, I would be greatly appreciative of that. Because it's the only thing really stopping me from the Platinum, because I could knock out the rest of this stuff pretty quickly if I wanted. Now, as for the DLCs, we'll talk about Rise of Iron first. All that's left in Rise of Iron, I finished the Glory and the Taking of It quest, which is the Supremacy game mode, and this one, it was annoying just because the mode is basically dead, so if you want to be able to do this one, you're going to have a lot of trouble finding people to play it with. You might be better off trying to boost it. And if you do boost it, it's easier to do in Rumble Supremacy, because in Rumble Supremacy you only need 4 people to start a game instead of the 8 that it takes in regular Supremacy. So I would probably try to recommend doing it that way, although it is more difficult then to get kill denies, so you have to basically deny yourself and you have to be boosting with people that know what to do. So it's not like it's too difficult to do that way, but it's still annoying that you have to probably boost it. I mean, I was able to get most of it pretty legitimately just by playing, but it's impossible to find a match, you know? Like, just no one plays this game mode unless it were to be maybe the featured event of the week or something. That's another possibility. If that happens, then you might be in better shape. And then we did the Wrath of the Machine raid. So this would have been in the middle of the week. I thought we did this one earlier in the week. I guess not. So, Wrath of the Machine raid it's not terribly difficult if you have a group that knows what they're doing, but I think from what people have said, like, this one's very combat-oriented versus the Kingspaw raid being more mechanical, or it might be the other way around. I mean, this raid, I didn't really know what was going on for a majority of it, because it was very late at night, as you guys can see, so by that point I was ready to pass out because I was exhausted from work and life and everything. But it's really, like, it's not terrible if you have a good group that knows what they're doing and can carry you through a couple of the tougher encounters. It is a fairly high-level raid, though, so you need to have some pretty good gear when you're going in. But most people seem to consider Wrath of the Machine to be the easier of the 2 DLC raids compared to King's Fall. I mean, the raid was fun. It was just that we were doing it so late at night, and the group we were playing with was messing around just a little bit, so that extended the time by a little bit. But it's fine. I mean, we beat it. All that's left is the Iron Lord artifacts. There's 4 to go, so just 4 more weeks probably of grinding in the Rise of Iron DLC, just doing the Plague Land stuff. If I sound very tired, I am, because it's like 11:30 on Sunday when I'm recording this. And then the other DLC, I made a lot of progress on Taken King. Taken King is down to just 1 trophy as well. So, Echoes of Oryx, I don't even really remember what this quest was, because it was a little bit more obscure, but it wasn't really that difficult, whatever it was. I mean, it's not too much of a problem. I got through it without too much time or difficulty going into it. But otherwise, we did the King's Fall raid, and the King's Fall raid was actually really fun, and I think I was playing it pretty well, honestly. Like, I think I played pretty well during this one, because, I mean, we only wiped a couple of times throughout the whole run, so I felt like I actually played pretty well in this one. Same with Ghost, and then the group was the same group that we did Wrath of the Machine with, but we knocked this one out pretty easily and pretty quickly, so I'm very happy about that. But now I gotta say something. This Old Hunger quest, oh boy, this one is not a good time, because it's not just one quest, it's an entire line of quests. Now, the first part of it is relatively easy. You have to beat the raid, and you're going to get like 3 items during the raid from the 3 bosses the first time you beat it. And that's going to be your first step, and then you have to go scavenge a few items from across the Dreadnought, and then turn it into Eris Morn, and she will give you a new, like, something. She gave you something, I don't even really remember what it was. And if that was all you had to do, that wouldn't be too big a deal. Oh, and you have to have 5 calcified fragments to start that, which is not a big deal either. So you get through all of that, and you think right there, oh, that's where my trophy's gonna unlock. Nope, you got a lot more to suffer through before you do that. Next up, you have to reach, I believe it's either 10 or 15 calcified fragments, which are these random collectibles. There's only 50 in the game, and you're going to need a total of 45 throughout your full playthrough. And 45, I mean, that's a lot, because what you have to do for some of these is pretty annoying. I mean, maybe 20 of them are just found by scavenging across the Dreadnought, which isn't too bad. And then some of them are in missions, some of them are in strikes. A good chunk of them are in the raid, because of course they are. And apparently the ones related to the challenges within the raid can only be done like once every 3 weeks or something, because that makes so much sense. And then the ones related to Court of Oryx you can only do like one of those tier 3 ones every week, because that boss rotates, and you also have to be the one that spawns it, and you have to have a group in there to be playing it. It's just a whole mess. It's just kind of ridiculous how much they make you go through for that just to get the calcified fragments. Because the rest of the stuff within it isn't too bad, because the other steps are mostly just, there were some materials you had to find earlier on, then you had to complete a heroic quest, which really wasn't hard at all. Then you have to complete a strike, like I think it was a hard difficulty strike, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, that one, we got through it without wiping or anything. So that wasn't really much of a problem. And then I think there is a fairly difficult final mission you have to do, but that would have been good enough. Why do you need to collect 45 of the 50 calcified fragments that are just, some of them are just awful to find, and I'm not looking forward to this. I mean, why do they make so many of them take so long? They're just so grindy. We were having a lot of fun with the game until we got to this trophy. In all honesty, I've been enjoying Destiny way more than I ever expected, but now we're on to these last few really grindy trophies, or at least I am, more so than Ghost, but it's just, it's just going to take forever. I mean, 4 more weeks to finish the Iron Lord artifacts, and then this one's probably going to take at least a couple more weeks to get all the calcified fragments. I only need 10 more at this time. I have 35, you need 45, but I've done almost all of the easy patrol ones. There's a few in the raid that shouldn't be too hard to get, provided we can find a group for the raid. And then there's one more that's in a strike I can get, and then there's a few more from the Court of Oryx, which aren't necessarily difficult, but they do require you to get lucky with some spawns of the enemy types. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about Destiny right now. I could potentially have the Platinum done by the end of this week if I can manage to find a group for Flawless Raider. If so, I can get that knocked out. I can grind away on Warlock. I can buy the DLC for Hunter, and then just finish it off with 50 dead ghosts, of which I need about 32 more, and you can find a whole bunch of them in the, what do you want to call them, in the Crucible. So that's kind of nice because you can do those in private matches with just you, so that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, hopefully I can get pretty close to getting the Platinum this week, even though the 100% is still a ways away. Then I got a nice little double Platinum this week in Milos Quest, the North American PS4 and North American PS Vita versions. This is an extremely quick and easy Ratalaika game. I don't know if it's in like their top 5 quickest and easiest, I kind of doubt it. But this is a Platinum you can do in 10 to 20 minutes on any playthrough. I think I did the second one, like the Vita version, in like 9 minutes, and you can do it even a little bit faster than that. It's an extremely easy game. It's meant to be a little bit Zelda-esque, like early Zelda-esque, but with a dog as your main character. The game it's fine. It's actually not too bad of a game. It's fairly enjoyable, especially since you're only going to be playing it for, 10 to 15 minutes. It plays actually fairly well. The quality's not bad at all. The good thing is, though, the trophies are very easy. You're going to get these 2 key ones pretty early on in the game on, like, the first major screen. Then you have to collect a bone. These are like, like coins or crowns or something, so very easy to get. No problem there. The gloves, the helmet, the binoculars, and the special glasses are all basically story-related for getting all the way through the second boss fight. You have to kill a total of 20 ghosts, of which I think is also going to be relatively unmissable because there are multiple screens that only open once you kill all the ghosts. We'll come back to this trophy in a second because what you want to do with this game is set it to easy difficulty and adventure mode only, so you don't have to do any puzzles to forward your way through the game. So that's why we'll come back to the other trophy. You have to get a heart extension and a stamina extension, which if you're following a guide should not be a problem. I followed Bad Driver's Guide, so I would recommend that one. It shows how to do everything just fine. Shouldn't give you any trouble. Recover a heart. This one's pretty much unmissable. You just got to take damage at any point and then pick up a food item to heal. Then these are the first 2 bosses in the game, and neither one is really a problem. Oh, I just realized they called it the Marshmallow Boo. How did they not get, like, copyrighted for that? I mean, I guess that maybe Nintendo doesn't care about that? I don't know. But anyway, for this last trophy, you're going to then want to start a new game on easy, but as puzzle mode only, and just solve the very first puzzle, which is just pushing a couple of boxes, and you will get your Platinum Trophy. So yeah, very quick and easy Platinum Trophy. This version took me about 15 minutes, or no, that says about, 14 to 15 minutes. That was the first time playing through it. The world can be a little bit confusingly laid out, but it's obviously extremely easy. The Vita version, meanwhile, took me about 8 to 9 minutes, so I did it a little bit faster. I don't think I died on either version because the game is that easy, so fairly enjoyable little Ratalaika game and an extremely quick and easy Platinum Trophy. Definitely would recommend this one. At this point, that's another one done. It's another one of those old Ratalaika games, and this one I didn't have a European version for, so we're not going to be coming back to this one for a European version at any given time. And then finally, we have Lego The Hobbit Vita. I made a significant amount of progress on this game this past week. So I don't know exactly which trophies they'll be, but we should be able to figure it out. I'm basically done with all the major stuff in this game, and it's mostly just miscellaneous trophies left. So I completed all the main story levels already, but I completed all the gold brick challenges. There are 375. That means that there's 10 of them in each of the 36 main levels and 1 in each of the 15 bonus levels. You have to collect a total of 100 million studs. I think you have to have 100 million on you at once. I'm actually not really all that close to that. We're going to see how far I get with the miscellaneous trophies until this one unlocks. If not, it's extremely easy to grind just by playing one of the arena levels, and there's probably even other levels that you can do it in fairly easily and just grind it out with all the stud multipliers. I think part of the problem is I didn't get one of the stud multipliers, the 8 times one, until pretty late in the game, so didn't really get to take much of an advantage of it, but that's my own fault. Completing all the quests on the world map is you basically have to go around the world map and you have to talk to various characters and you have to give them whatever, what do you want to call it? You have to actually like give them items or place items on the world map, which is something I didn't realize you could do until like today or yesterday. So you have to do that, go around the map, solve all the quests. This one's just a little bit annoying because the game doesn't have like a good map feature or anything, which is really unfortunate. There's no like overworld map or anything that can make this easier. It doesn't keep track of which quests you have to do. You can't skip any cutscenes or dialogue in this game, so if you talk to someone that you've already finished working with, you still have to listen to their dialogue about it. The treasure chests are similar. You're just going to run around the map and you're going to open up treasure chests on usually hidden paths and stuff. Again, it takes a while just because of the world map. The game is enjoyable overall, but just the world map is a major, major complaint about this game that I have, and I would say that it's very annoying, honestly. You have to craft all of the Lego kits and mini kits in the game, which means first you have to find them, and then you just have to craft them at any of the blacksmithing areas by purchasing materials and then using those to craft. The red bricks are sort of the same way. You have to purchase materials and then craft them, and there's not too many red bricks. I want to say there's like 14 or 15 of them. The mineral builds in the world map, I want to say, are any time where you open something up and you have to open up something with a certain amount of materials. Find all of the hidden nodes on the world map. You do this in that one of the earlier areas of the game that's like a small town. You just go up on top of the mountain and you can look around every like realm, but you need to have all of the world maps to do this, which are collectibles within levels. This one, just go back to areas once you've beaten the game. That's very easy. So then you have to do this one where you place the Lego kit or mini kit on all the Lego plates in the world map. You're going to have to do some of them to solve quests, but other ones you won't. And there are a lot of plates to fill in, so just be very meticulous and careful. Just check each area with the camera for as long as needed until you make sure you get it. The gold brick builds there's only a few of them. I don't know if it's just a few, but there's not too many of them. And the very last one, though, is not unlocked until you have all 375 gold bricks. It's found sort of near the start of the game, I believe, and it doesn't do anything. It just gives you an extra cutscene. Then the micro levels, those are the bonus levels that are basically just 3-wave arenas that are very easy. So complete a level a second time, that's going to come naturally while going for the 100%. Then all the roar objects, these are going to be done along the way while doing all of the challenges in the game, all the gold brick challenges. This trophy has been reported to be glitched by some people, and I would say that the best thing to do for that is to use the same bard for every one of these. So I use the Lake Town bard, but there's another bard as well. Just as long as you use only one bard for the entire thing, you should be fine. Purchase all the characters, purchase all the character bios and location bios, and the hints are pretty much just sort of typical purchase everything in a Lego game. Not much to worry about with that. And then it looks like, that's all the other trophies I got in this week. So great progress is being made. Pretty much everything that's left is a bunch of just miscellaneous trophies. So this platinum should easily be obtained by the end of the coming week. So with that, let's sync up our trophies. Level 718, 67%, 20,161 total trophies, 494 platinums, 2,882 golds, 5,401 silvers, 11,384 bronzes. What are the plans for the upcoming week? Obviously, I will continue to work on Destiny with what little I can do in any given week. I mean, unless people can come through for me on Flawless Raider and I can actually find a group for it. If so, then I will definitely do Flawless Raider and maybe get pretty close to getting that platinum done. Otherwise, I should easily be able to finish off Lego The Hobbit Vita this week. It's going to end up being about a 15-16 hour platinum, which isn't that bad. I mean, especially compared to a lot of the console games. But just like I said, that overworld map is just not a fan. And then along with that, maybe get started on Battlefield 4 and 5. Maybe get started on The Division that I've been talking about for weeks. Maybe get started on Far Cry 2 that I've been talking about for weeks. Maybe do a couple other easy platinums this week. I mean, I'm sure that that'll happen because we're ever so closely inching towards that 500 platinums. And I got a 40-hour slog in front of me on Far Cry 2, so that's probably needs to be something I prioritize a little bit. But I think that's going to be about it for this video, guys. As for streaming schedule this week, I expect it to be fairly normal. So, at least one stream over the weekends, either Friday or Saturday or both. Maybe one during the week, depending on what I get from Gamefly next. And yeah, that's really not much more to say this week. Like I said, I'm tired. It's kind of late on Sunday night, and I got to go to work in the morning. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, leave me a comment, and let me know what you guys have been working on this past week. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already, and I will see you for more content this upcoming week.